What's poppin', my people? You already know this on the Lockout. Today we're here to talk about a true story, facts, something that happened with me, my co-defendant, Cano. A few years back, we was charged with an robbery attempt or types of things. This on the Lockout. My name is War Path. So we on 53rd Street. We driving down 53rd, Sunset Park. We coming down 5th, between 5th and 4th. We stop, boom. Cano's like, yo, we waiting for someone right here. At this point, me and Cano been together for a few years. We hustling. You know, we thinking we the mans at this time. So we waiting. I gotta get out because I gotta use the bathroom. So I'm like, yo, hold me down while I use the bathroom. You know how that goes. I'm by a tree, all crazy out in the street. Mind you, in the car, we got a few Grizzies. There's a baby in the car. His wife is in the car, right? And all along, to be honest, I didn't know that the grams was in there. Like, I did not know this, like, at all. I knew that probably there was a few loose things around, but nothing like major like that. This is how you gotta be aware of whose car you get in and what do they really have in their car. Sometimes you need to ask questions like, yo, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I'm getting in the whip. Like, there's nothing in here, right? Like, or just don't get in with people that you know that's hustling, even though I was doing the same thing. But anyway, this is what happens. Homeboy comes, but he's copping from us, right? Cano's meeting him in the hallway, but at the same token, I'm telling Cano, yo, what's up with the bread? Like, there's money missing. He's like, yeah, I got that. Don't worry about it. But what happened was that he had gave this dude credit, and being that the dude always paid, Cano was like, you know, I'm going to get that. But the dude kept saying, yo, I got you, and nothing was happening. On this specific day, the dude comes to cop with $600 and something, and at the same token, he owns about 800. So Cano's taking it very disrespectful now at this point. It gets crazy. Boom. They go in the hallway. Cano's like, yo, give me a minute. Let me talk to him. Because remember, he don't want me to know too much about what homeboy owes him and what's going on with all the bread. Like, what's really happening. Mind you, out of nowhere, I'm talking about out of nowhere, I see somebody just running out. Boom. Like, yo, why you do that? But I see mad blood on them. Like, leaking. Right? And he's like, yo, get in the car. Let's go. This is Cano at this point, which became my co-defender, like, real fast, right? So I'm like, yo, what's up? What's popping? I'm thinking, like, because the dude came out first. Cano came out after. So I'm like trying to go after the dude a little bit. Like, yo, what just happening there? The dude's coming out blazing, running, boom. Pushes the 2 doors. He's out in a building on 53rd. I don't even know who. The biggest building on 53rd, going more towards 4th Avenue, because I'm picturing in my head. In Sunset Park, that building. So the dude was coming from Staten Island or Long Island or something. One of them dudes that come out there, from out there, the cop, and pays more money, or, you know, thinks he's getting a deal. You know how that goes. So anyway, this is how you can wind up in jail real quick. I don't know what's going on. The dude runs. Cano's like, get in the car. We start leaving. We jump on the highway because Cano, we about to go towards Bushwick. We going into Bushwick at this time. So I guess he's heading towards the highway, whatever. The dude runs, calls the cops. Cano got his money and never gave him nothing. So I guess some people think when they call the cops, that they're gonna get their money back like right away. In some incidents, it may happen if you have the bread on you, but in some, it's held as evidence or whatever, I would think, right? So we get pulled over, boom. They talking about we try to leave on the highway. We get charged with robbery and attempt. I don't know how the attempt came into play, but I know that Gano hits him with a wrench, bloom, and breaks all his teeth out his mouth. So, as a matter of fact, I don't think we was charged. That was put on it, but during the case, like it got dropped, that charge, as far as like attempt. Like it was like too crazy. You could tell they just try to throw everything in there, and they was like, this doesn't even make sense. But it went down as a hate crime because the dude was white, and at that time it was these things with hate crime and the law. They just started pushing it like really hard, and the dude said that Gano was saying like a racial slur at the moment. Come on, bro. Gano is way lighter than him. That's why they call him Gano, is because like he's a Puerto Rican dude or a Hispanic dude that's super light skinned. Like, so we get charged with all these charges. That's crazy. We wind up taking it to trial. But before that, because I'm jumping the gun. We in the precinct. Gano tells me, yo, there's 12 grams in the baby powder. I didn't think of nothing because I seen the cop open it in the car. He opened it and he was like, oh, it's baby powder, and he put it back. So I'm like, where is it at? He's like, it's in that book bag, like where the diapers at and all that mixed in there. So his girl's mother is coming to pick up the baby, the book bag, everything. I'm hoping not to see that book bag on the table no more, because probably we still would have been arrested probably to this day with my record with, with hustling and all these charges I've been getting during the course of my life. But anyway, I seen her grab it. A lot of times I seen the cops in the precinct goes, you could see from the pen where we in, right? Like I had a few, illegal things on me. So did he, we lighting up the bullpen, the pen in there, like on the low, you know what I mean? So somebody grabs the bag, boom, oh, she's here. You got a set of keys you want to give her? He gives her the keys, she takes it. I'm like, oof, yes. So got away with that. When we get, in front of the judge and all the charges we being charged with, I'm like, wow, bro. So Gano is telling me, go in front of the grand jury and say that it was all me. Say that I hit him. Say you didn't know what was happening. So they could release me, because honestly, I didn't know that he was going to do that. So he felt like kind of bad. Like, boy, you locked up for something that you didn't know was going to take place. You feel me? I want to make sure this is a recording. So, and I was tight. I ain't going to lie. I was like, my dude, you got me locked up for something like you hit homeboy. Like I didn't even know none of that was gonna happen. Like it's crazy right now. So I was super mad, bro. I'm not even gonna front. But I was like, I'm not gonna be dumb and go in front of the grand jury and say it was so-and-so, say his whole name and everything. I had nothing to do with it. God forbid, even though Kano was my boy from around my way or whatever, we was both running with the same people. So if he wanted to, he could just say, yo, Ward just went in front of the grand jury and put the whole blame on me. And now he has it in paperwork. So I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I said, bro, I'm not doing none of that. I'm going to lay up. If you don't tell the judge that I didn't have nothing to do with it, that's on you, because that would have to come from him. I would feel like it's a problem now between me and you. But he did do that, and the judge kept saying like that's for trial or whatever. So I laid up close to 18 months for that, if I'm not mistaken. Like it was crazy. And they were looking for this dude in Mexico. They checked the morgue. I guess that's like like places when people pass or whatever, right? They were checking to see because they were saying that we were well known, you already know, members, and that we had something done to this dude, or we could have something done to him, that they couldn't find him. And I was like, nah, don't tell me somebody did something to this dude that probably knew us and we didn't give the okay. These dudes do that in the street. They're like, that's the dude that's telling on War, on Kano, and they put in that work, and no one asked you to put in that work, man. And then you get blamed for it because you're the OG or the dude that's been involved in that, the oldest, right? So I lay up, we in court, I'm going to the pre-trial hearings. They already had offered me 8 1/3 to 25. I'm like, are you serious? That's crazy, right? So the lawyer, judge, all types of people are trying to gas my family, to gas me to take it, because that's what they do. You're still young, you got a shot, Bob. Nah, bro, I didn't do it. I'm not copping out to 8 1/3 to 25. You act like if I caught a body or something, bro. But it's my criminal history. I have a lot of felonies. You know what I mean? I have over 6 felonies. This is a fact. Whether people be like, some is paper felony, they don't mention that it's a paper felony when you go in front of the DA. They just slaying you. So I don't take that. My mother's like, cógelo, like take it, right? Take it. I'm like, nah, I'm going all the way. So while I'm in the pre-trial hearings, they offer me 5, because at this point we have up to 5 o'clock. Whatever type of situation is going on, I have up to 5 o'clock to see if he comes in. It was on them. It was the last time that they could adjourn it, because it was on us a bunch of times, it was on them a bunch of times, and that's the way it goes. So this time it was on them and it was over. The judge said this case has been lingering on forever. I'm releasing them if the dude is not here by this time. So they asked me, you want to take a 5 flat, or you want to take the risk to find out if he comes in at 5 o'clock? If he comes in, you're done. The offer of 5 flat is over, and it's back at 8 1/3 to 25 or whatever, right? I'm like, wow, what I'm going to do now? He's like, you got to let me know now. So I said, bro, I'm going to wait till 5 o'clock, see if he comes in. Like, what are the chances? Like, right? Like, it's popping. Guess what, bro? Thank God I'm here talking to you. The dude didn't show up. 5 o'clock came. I was released. The only reason why Kano wasn't released that same day with me is because while we waiting back there, Kano was in the mittens. You feel me? In a different pen. We in 2 different pens. He gets out of the mittens, boom, 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 and puts working on somebody. What? So now the judge said Kano comes back in another 30 days. Like, he wants to be doing all that, bro. And they was trying to get him a new charge for that. I'm like, bro, like, does he know? Like, we about to go home. Like, we got this thing. Like, the homeboy didn't come in. Like, what's popping? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're bugging out right now, bro. Like, don't you get what's going on? So he winds up staying the extra days, but he gotta always say in his mind, not for nothing, War was a thorough dude. Somebody else that was locked up for something like that they didn't have nothing to do with it would have been like, nah, bro. And we was always in the same jail. Like, we was in the 4 buildings together. We was both running around with the same people. And a lot of my people were like, yo, that's wrong. He's supposed to hold that down, bro. I'm like, you know what? He did try to explain to them that I didn't have nothing to do with it. Leave in the comments how you feel about that. Do you think I did the right thing? You know what I'm saying? In my heart, I feel I did the right thing. Or would you have went in front of that grand jury and told them exactly what he said when he told me, yo, War, tell them that you didn't have nothing to do with this, that it was all me. Like, put it on him. I think I made a bright decision because I was thinking about my environment. What are people going to say? That's your name going down on a piece of paper stating that you said at the grand jury that Kano was the one that did everything. Remember that. So leave in the comments how you feel about that and what you would have done. And have you ever been in a situation like that where you jumped in somebody's car, you didn't really know what was in there, or they got you caught up with a hate crime, a robbery, whatever it may be. I had multiple charges then. You could imagine, look at the time that was offered. Like this whole dude's whole grill was out his mouth. Shout out to Connor. I hope he's all right. Love all people. This is on the lockout. You already know. But remember, when homeboy came out and I was like, yo, what happened? He was like, I'm running, and he was leaking. I was like, holy snap, what happened, Connor? He was like, get in the car. It was crazy. And after that, I didn't see the street for a minute. That was one of the times also, that was like the second time I was locked up, that I can honestly say, bro, I didn't even do nothing. I was just guilty of being there. And yeah, I was doing a lot of other things in life. And I guess that's when they mean when karma and things catch up to you, that I never had gotten locked up for, but I got locked up for that. You know, and when he told me, tell them at the grand jury, when they said, you want to go to grand jury or waive your right, like a lot of things went through my mind. But one thing I knew was that I could not go in that room and say, Gano did it all. I had nothing to do with it. He hit that man. He busted all his teeth. He said the slurs. They want you to drag him and they want you to tell so they can have I didn't fold. Gano didn't put the weight on me. He was just like, in fact, he did try to take the weight. So leave in the comments how you feel about that. This is on the lockout. Thank you for tuning in. I love all y'all. Facts.